Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Empire Total War. I don't know why I was about to say War Thunder for some reason, but nonetheless, welcome back to Empire Total War. No idea what we'll do this episode, actually. We don't really have any enemies that are a threat to us within our borders, and so I wouldn't mind going out on the offensive finally and taking DC, but I don't know if that'll happen. I think that'll just be one of those things that I continuously say will happen, and then it doesn't happen for a long, long time.
Yes, sir. Forward, march!
Okay, let's go and grab these guys as well.
By the left, march!
Ship them down to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And let's see. This army here will one day, maybe, if I can manage to get in the mood to finally send them out there. Actually, you know, Jackson, Mississippi is basically undefended. However, it'll take me 2 turns to get there. That will leave St. Louis completely undefended. However, St. Louis, or Jackson, Mississippi is between St. Louis and the enemy if I take over Jackson, Mississippi. Well, it's not completely true, actually. They could come from New Orleans and head up to this bridge over here and cross the river. It's actually not what I would want. So, never mind. What else? Well, I could leave some of these units behind. I don't really need to take every single one of them, but I will take most of them. Basically, so long as they have experience, they're going to be leaving to go and take over Jackson, Mississippi in a couple of turns. Actually, next turn, I guess, because I should be ending my turn now, since everybody has moved. Well, pretty much everybody has moved. Might be 1 or 2 people somewhere that haven't moved, but most people should have. Oh, okay, there's Sherman. Oh yeah, Sherman's supposed to be leading an army eventually.
Ready and
I guess he can lead that army. Yeah, I'm fine with that route. It's safe. It's not gonna really put you in harm's way necessarily. And yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and end our turn and see what the AI does. Putting a lot of units over there. Oh, looks like they're coming back. Oh, nope. Wait, what? Looks like they just put an army in Jackson, Mississippi. I'll read that a bit later. They did. And they have cannons. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. So, McClellan versus Scott. In Washington, the surging popularity of General George McClellan helped promote him to challenge his superior, the legendary General Winfield Scott. The generals' disagreements over strategy became more public, and since nearly 40 years separated the two men, age was a factor. The disagreement spilled into President Lincoln's cabinet and eventually involved Lincoln himself. On October 31st, the 75-year-old Scott submitted a request to retire, citing an inability to cope with the heavy duties of his office at such an advanced age. McClellan had pushed for Scott's retirement by arguing that Scott was unfit for command. Confederate dissension. More Southerners began publicly questioning why the Confederate victory at Manassas in July was not being put to better use. President Davis met with Generals P.G.T. Beauregard, who we beat the crap out of twice already, G.W. Smith, who I don't believe we fought, and Joseph Johnston. Again, I don't believe we fought him. At Centreville, Virginia, to discuss strategy, where it was decided that Confederate forces were not well enough equipped to attack the North. Beauregard and Johnston were unhappy with their assignments, and Davis began having trouble with both. Meanwhile, the Confederacy signed several peace treaties with Indian tribes this month in an effort to garner their support. In addition, Confederate officials continued seeking foreign recognition and assistance. The London Post advocated recognizing the Confederacy as a sovereign nation, but the London Times leaned towards supporting the North. On October 12th, Confederate emissaries John Slidell and James Mason escaped the federal blockade at Charleston, South Carolina, aboard the steamer Theodore. They headed to France and England, respectively, to seek foreign aid. U.S. Secretary of State William Seward worked to prevent the diplomats from reaching their destinations. Well, did they get to their destination, or were they sunk out at sea? That's the question. And 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. So let's go ahead real quick and continue bringing these armies down to Santa Fe.
Sir. Awaiting further order.
I don't believe that army is actually large enough still to be able to go and effectively attack West Texas. Oh, wait. What's this? Looks like they got an army in Wichita Falls that is maybe gonna make its way up north to try to burn some of my towns out here in Kansas. That would be an annoyance. Okay, and we got those guys whom I will want to beat the crap out of. This guy... Oh, there's Thomas J. Jackson. I have to beat the crap out of him. There's Joseph E. Johnston, who, again, I don't believe we fought yet. And, yep, they are putting a lot of units in Yorktown for some reason, which I'm a bit confused by, considering that the version of the mod that I'm using doesn't actually have any sort of real navy. I mean, the unit portrait doesn't even have an actual name to it, but it's some sort of steamboat. But yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm probably gonna go, well, first I would like to deal with this guy. Kick him out of my land. We'll just auto-resolve this battle, I think. Seriously? Seriously? It has to be a joke, right? Okay, let's go and deal with this guy.
Victory!
You guys make your way back up there.
Sir.
Let's take a look around and see if there's anywhere I wish to... Any other armies that I wish to move or need to move. I'll take you, and currently I'm just going to order you to head down into Missouri, and in the off chance that we fail to take Mississippi. Let's actually not make that save there. And, make a Union States _2. And we'll get an attack. Damn. That's... Well, we're retreating.
Retreat!
We're out of here. And I didn't want you to go there, you freaking idiots. Okay. So, no battles yet that we have actually fought. We'll just, end our turn, I suppose. Okay, that army I'm not a fan of. Yep, okay. So our army that is down in Tennessee, making its way back up to Nashville, is going to have to go and secure Frankfort for me. Because I'm probably going to lose this battle. They outnumber me. They have more units, period. Not just in terms of the actual individuals themselves, but more regiments. So they're able to get a lot more lead down range. But we can still try, just to make sure it's saved. Okay, so it crashed on me, so let's try that again. One moment. Okay, there we go. So, since we pretty much already know we are going to lose this, our objective is just going to be to try to inflict as much damage as physically possible on the Confederates before they win. Let's see, is there anywhere decent to hide my men? I could try to hide them in the warehouse and this town hall, respectively. However, I don't feel as though that's all that great, because, well, the enemy doesn't come on the offensive, actually. Usually, for the most part. Because of the version of the mod that I'm using. If I was using one of the, if I was using the newest version, I wouldn't have to worry about it. They would actually try to attack me, but I'm not using the latest version, because that would, well, I'd rather just stay on the safe side and not switch. So just gonna put our units there for now. They will more than likely march towards me at least a bit, but I don't exactly expect them to actually march all the way to me. But they should at least march part of the way. They outnumber me substantially. Well, not substantially, it's only about 200 and some odd men that they outnumber me by. I could theoretically win this. It's not likely, but it is theoretically possible. Let's go ahead and fast forward while we wait for them to march. I want to know exactly where it is that they decide to stop. Although they might actually come all the way. It's not like they have to go that far to get all the way to me, considering where they are right now. But this is about where they'll... No, it's not. Okay. I figured that's where they were going to stop, but nope, looks like I was wrong. Maybe they will march all the way to me. Though, this army's right here is probably going to get a flank on me. Or regiment, not army. So, okay, but no, it looks like they actually are going to march pretty much all the way towards me. To at least within firing range. That grass is tall. Okay, now we return to normal speed since they are about to enter firing range of one of my regiments, which does not have the best field of fire on them, to be honest, but it's got something at least. Hopefully I have more range than they do. Or at least that they'll be dumb enough to march well within my range before they decide to start firing on me. Hey, yeah, okay, I was about to say, hey, guys, there's an army over there, a regiment that you can shoot at. Oh, you guys don't have gunshot sounds, it sounds like. That or they're just greatly delayed, one of the two. Okay, no, now I can hear them. Okay, well, one of them marched well within range, but I don't quite see this ending well nonetheless. Oh, again, our goal is just to do as much damage as physically possible to them before we end up dead, because we are going to die. We are going to fail the defense of this area, but we can at least try to do a lot of damage, so that the army that's currently marching towards Nashville will have an easy time securing Frankfurt, I believe, is where we are. I don't even recall anymore. Oh. Okay, that one's not really within range all that well. This group back here was smart. They stayed far back there.
Orders.
keep firing. Why did the... Okay, I was about to say, why did those guys stop firing? But no, they didn't. They were just reloading. It's taking them forever to reload because they fire and move up. So now these two regiments are overlapping. Oh. Are they... Oh, I was about to say, are they just gonna charge me? What the hell is the AI doing? Why would you do that? Just keep your guys in a line. And just have them steadily fire at me. You don't have to keep getting closer. Please, stop getting closer. Making me feel a bit uncomfortable. Not a fan of this. Honestly. In fact, I can't be behind that stone wall anymore, simply because you're constantly getting closer, so you're pretty much outside firing arc for these guys.
Stop. Reporting for duty.
Just need to try to do as much damage as possible to these guys. I don't really care how successful we are. Just do as much damage as you can. Oh, and these guys have plug bayonets, so I don't want them to charge unless they're out of ammo. Oh, okay. Not a fan of that. My guys, I don't believe, have good melee. Nope, they've got a melee attack of 3. In comparison to the Confederates, I don't know what, but it's probably better than what I have. If I'm lucky, however, since one of my groups... Oh, yep, those guys are already out of here. Yep, I am not surprised by this. Though I actually expected them to do a bit better. Didn't expect them to rout that quickly. Yeah, you guys did much worse than I expected. One moment. Okay, and we are back. And take a look at that. The enemy only lost 76 men. And because these guys were just some, essentially, militia that are meant to defend the town, they all disappear once the town is captured. So while I didn't technically lose 900 men, the game's going to claim that I lost 900 men because that's just the way it works. Oh, yep, they're going to go up there and burn my towns. Why am I not surprised? Screw you, Spain. You can piss off. Britain, you're supposed to be my ally, but you're absolutely worthless. Technically, that army wasn't lost, and yes, I know that region was lost. And path blocked? Where the hell were you guys trying to go? Okay, we'll read that later. Unit recruited. Oh, up in Philadelphia, of course. Let's go ahead and tell you to make your way down to Missouri, and you retreat back into Missouri, so it's actually has some degree of defense. You are not going to attack that town, but you are going to move back into Kentucky territory, or into that region. And let's see, what does this say? Federal disaster at Ball's Bluff. Late this month, Federal General McClellan ordered a major reconnaissance near Leesburg, Virginia, which held important ferry points on the Potomac River. The force was commanded by Brigadier General Charles Stone, who led his men across the river at Ball's Bluff, a steep ridge on the Potomac's south bank. As Stone's troops crossed, the Confederates in the area attacked. The Federals tried withdrawing, but their boats were swamped and many were shot or drowned while trying to swim back across the river. The Federals had suffered another humiliating defeat. Among those killed was Colonel Edward Baker, a personal friend of President Lincoln. While Baker had become a martyred hero, Stone was condemned for this debacle. He was accused of friendliness with the enemy, ineptness in command, and outright treason. Stone was imprisoned without formal charges, and although he was later exonerated, his career was ruined nonetheless. McClellan, who had ordered the reconnaissance, was too popular to face serious scrutiny for now. Okie dokie. Well then, our first objective is going to be resecuring Frankfort, Kentucky, followed by the taking of Mississippi, preferably, but look at that army. Just look at it. I mean, granted, our armies are about evenly matched in terms of the number of regiments. Actually, they are evenly matched. We have the same number of people here and down there. Granted, well, let's see. How long is it going to take you to get there? 2 more turns? This guy is probably going to take about 2 turns to get to St. Louis. So I will outnumber them in terms of regiments ever so slightly. We might be even in terms of the actual number of units that we have. But yeah. So that's... I don't quite see this being exactly how I would want it to be. So you guys go ahead and try to patch yourselves up. I think it might actually be about 30 minutes in all for this. So I am probably just going to go and cut this now. But before I do that, I am going to go through the process of upgrading some of my things. That I should be able to upgrade without any worries of it being attacked. Let's upgrade. Well, how much does fur give me anyway? Out of curiosity, trade. Furs are worth 15. Let's get ourselves some more furs. Okay, I think that looks like that's pretty much all of the money that I had, except for a little bit here and there, but that's most of it nonetheless. Let's go ahead and get that up. Could upgrade that fishing fleet. Let's go ahead and do that, because I don't really have any use for that money. This will get repaired once I have secured Jackson, Mississippi, and maybe also Louisiana. But yeah. So that is actually going to be it for this episode. And so, let's see. Nah, I'll do that later. Well, I don't know. Let's see, how close can you get? Oh, you can get pretty damn close, but we've already done this before, and I believe I lost the guy that I had sent out to do that before. Yeah, because I think it was one of these Union Cavalries. But whatever, as I said, it's going to actually be the end of this episode for now, so let me go ahead and save, and let's see. I don't know, what part is this? Go ahead and change the naming convention of this. Let's see. I think this is something like part 14-ish, something like that. But you know what, we'll just go with that. As I said, this is going to be the end of the episode. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.